in this section, I want to structure up this page now. So we have our footer down here, but how would anybody know, like search engines or anybody else know that that's a footer? Well, we actually have a tag. Now I'm just going to close this up a bit that says footer. So all I need to do really is highlight that text in the code view and go and click on the footer, insert, and it'll pop open a dialog and it'll say wrap around selection. That sounds pretty good. We'll just wrap the tags around the selection and we'll click OK. And there you see it. It's a footer. Now, if I want to see this a bit easier in code view, I can bring that down. But there is our footer tag. In previous versions, I guess, everybody would probably just use a div tag, but this is actually more specific and it is better for search engines. And it does still allow for us to style up, the contents of that tag. So I think what we'll do now as well is we'll do something similar for the top portion, which is meant for navigation. So I'll just highlight this top piece. And we have navigation right here. Click it. And once again, wrap around selection. There we go. So we know that that's for our nav. And we know down here that this is our footer. And as I said before, I can apply any styles to these tags whatsoever. So it does still retain that power. Now I want to group a few things as well here. I actually want to group this part here as sort of my main section, if you will. And so I just highlight the whole thing, and it includes the existing tags. And we'll just actually use a section tag here. Actually, I don't want to get the top part, so I just want to get these two right here, the H2 and the paragraph. I have another plan for this line, which we'll get to. But let's highlight the contents of the H2 and the P tag, and we'll click on section. And again, wrap around selection, and it creates the tag called section. Now let's just move this down a bit, just so it's easier for me to see. And this part here, I'd like to actually make it probably bigger and sit on the side. So there is one called aside. So with that selected, I'll just put that in a set of tags called aside. And there we go, wrap around selection, and away we go. Now you can also see in the view we have these little dotted lines and they highlight. So these are what these new tags, these structure tags are doing, and they're just manifesting as dotted lines so I can see that I have various sections on my page. I'm just going to save that right now. And that's some of the basics on how we can structure up our HTML page. And I think the next step is we'll actually start to apply some CSS styles.